Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am truly zonked, and after my ADHD diagnosis, it was a semi-dark moment when I realized a number of what I would have previously called character traits or symptoms, but makes things awkward. Anyways, so welcome back to my playthrough Satisfactory, where I am finally getting started rebuilding the first stage of our Power Town. Our Nuketopolis, I think, is the name I'm kind of settling on. Yes, my naming is corny. I don't care. If you watched the previous episode, you'll remember I found every wrong way of doing something, and that's a let's play for you. It's not a tutorial. This is like, I'm not promising all the tips in the world, and this is just me doing my thing. However it turns out, and it's a little weird. So anyways, I have done some painting. As you can see, things are coated. The generators are painted red for the turbofuel. Pipes are red for turbofuel. This is our heavy oil residue with blue belts and mergers for the polymer resin. Each one is painted with the accent color to... is that... Wait, not turning off. Why can't I turn my light off? Is it on? Yeah, no, it's on. That's weird. Oh, I know why. Because I was in photo mode. Dolt. There we are. So the accent color represents the overall production of turbofuel. And so here's the blenders that actually put everything together. We've got diluted fuel. All right, you know something? You get it. Let's go ahead. Let's scoop these up. Okay. Let me... Oh, right, yes. I need to make sure I have enough parts to make 10 of those generator blocks. Hold on a second, I need to do a little list for that. Okay, so 10 of those and one of each of those blocks. And, oh yes, I need some stuff. Let's see. Some plastic, copper sheets, rubber, and motors, concrete. All right. Okay, let me go ahead and clear that. I don't need that on the screen anymore. All right, let's get down to our beach. All right, so these guys are all ready to get things running here. I still have to get this. I may even still adjust that so that it comes down the line more centered. I don't, that's undecided yet. But we still have to wrangle that in, and then also we have our source of oil up there. But I'm not gonna go out of my way figuring that stuff out until I know what this looks like here. Okay, so here's the rough plan. All right. Again, I want the fluids to be gravity driven, and so the gravity is going to come over this. Yeah, the oil is going to come across. And I'll figure out something. It's I know I float everything, but I'll try and come up with something. And the oil is going to go to the pod with the refiners to make the heavy oil residue. And I don't want to have to pump a single thing going in or out of that. So then it's got to come down a little bit. And I'm gesturing it kind of like a 3D space. Imagine this a tall building here. So the top layer is going to be the refiners making the heavy oil residue. And it's going to go down into this kind of space over here where it'll be the blenders making diluted fuel and the refiners petroleum coke. And then down again will be the last batch of the blenders making the turbo fuel, which means all of that needs to be above the level of our actual generators. So I have to actually start with the generators because I have to basically everything has to flow down, or well, you get what I'm saying. I'm babbling. Anyways, okay, let's see. So I need a platform. I like to segment these things so that they're like their own discrete little, modules. I don't want to say pods again. Let's see if I start with something like farts. Let's see. Hold on. And I also have ideas about how we're going to manage the increasing influx of resources that we're going to have. We're definitely going to be using this building in some manner for that. I'm not sure what yet, though. How, though? Alright, maybe not this quite square. Not this quite square. Oh, speaking are hard. Let's see. What do I do? So, it's going to take up a good amount of area this way, too. It's not going to be super, super tall. Let's see. But I do want the biomass burners to be the kind of like basement level, This is part of the building, and it's going to go up from here somehow. All right, so... Ooh, I forgot to check how big those blueprints are so I can know how large the, platform foundation I need to make is. Let's see, I'm just going to lay some shit out here. We're just going to plunk one, just so I have this, get a base number. Yep, it's big. Hold on, need more foundation. Ooh, I'm going to need a lot of foundation. I think I'm going to have to go back for concrete. Alright, again, this is just so I can freaking gauge the space one needs. Alright, so... 1, 2... So I could just place it and take it apart. Only need to count the squares. 10 by 9. So that means, oh boy, I need more space. I haven't figured out the infinite zoop mod yet. I don't know why I'm limited here. I'll figure that out. So, if we got 10 by 9, that means I need 20 by 45. No. Right? Yeah? So, let's see. What do I got here now? You know what I need to do? I need to mark these in a manner so I can, like, have a visual counter. Beams to the rescue. So, of course, it'll be 1 or 0. Alright, now the question becomes, which way do I want it to kind of... Do I want it to go out, build out toward this way into this kind of lagoon, and... Well, it's not lagoon, this is harbor, bay? I don't know what you call it. Where do I want to build it out this way, and I could just leave some mushrooms underneath the building again. I think I'm going to go this way. I want to keep this, like, open. I like it there, you know? Alright, so that means if that's 10, there's 15... And I'm going to go 45. So basically another double the length this way. Alright, let me clear up what I'm not going to need over on that end. So if that's 10, this is basically... Alright, yeah, this segment here is going to go. All right, and let me get extending. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Just round this one up to the next 5. Have I miscounted on it? Have I got an extra row in here? I do. That's okay. I'm not sweating it. I can work with it. I'll just take another slice off this end here. I don't have to worry about maintaining these counters over here anymore. Could I have just built the blocks with the floors, even for a simple design like this? Probably. I don't know. I still just... I don't know. This just works for me. It's what can I say? Clean up these bits I don't need. I'm also completely half prepared that I've miscounted something. And actually, I even if I haven't miscounted, that I might still need more space than I think for alleys. Would you believe that's a common trap I fall? Well, I wouldn't say that like that. That's just me getting refamiliarized with the game after a year again. All right, so now, all right, that should be the space that we need for that. Let's get these guys placed. Let's see if I count it right. So that's to be laid out this orientation. Yeah, I am going to need a little extra floor space out on the ends. But that's fine. That's fine. It's easy. Which means 2, 3. Actually, yeah, let's do 3. I need 3 extra layers. Okay, so that means I have to place this 1 tile in. Yeah. Lock the hologram. And where I want it, that is good. Let me use that as a foundation to lay out some extra rows. No, I don't need that there. No, what I need... Wait. Have I got this lined up? I do. Okay, that's just angle, I guess. And he's lined up. That's what we want. You know, it's kind of really... I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to say it's been bothering me. It's not bothering me, but it's kind of like... I don't know. I feel like a little... restrained. In that, the way I'm doing this series, you know, now that I've, like, after a year, you know, I'm finally getting back into Satisfactory. And, all new ideas, all new approaches, lessons learned, and I really am eager to see, you know, how this all turns out this time around. But I can only play for a few hours on the weekend, because everything I do, I got to record, and then everything I record, I got to edit. And then, oh my God, it's like I can only record like 2 to 3 hours worth of stuff, and then have that be like editable, you know, in my spare time during weeknights. And I can't always, you know, I'm not always up to editing every night. So, anyways, so yeah, it's kind of like I'm feeling like a little crimp my style, you know. So, anyways, actually, I'm probably not gonna need quite out that far. I'm gonna be trimming out. could have just left off of the side of these, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm going to trim off a row of these each time I place one. Let's do it like this. Yeah, I could have just... I hadn't thought of... Actually, well, it did occur to me, but it's like... Well, I've got the whole fucking length is too... God damn it. I suppose what I could do... If I don't mind wasting the extra... No, you know, I'm just going to have Z fighting, and I just... Never mind. Scratch that. I could have just sacrificed the extra space, but, I don't know, I just don't want it to look too... I don't know. I'd have had these alternating spaces of double wide tiles, and it just, I don't know, it seemed like too wide for the look. Anyways, does it really matter? No. Am I making this harder on myself? Yes. Could I be using nudge? Yes. Alright, wait. How many rows have I got? Is that it? Wait, did I build too much? Hold on. 2, 4, 6, 8. No, one more. Sorry, just optical illusion there for a moment. It's like... Alright, let's trim this stuff. Oh, nope. Nope. I thought I didn't have that lined up right, but I got cocky. That's right. Okay, let's just give this a quick visual. We'll have to put in some connecting... Oh, wait, yeah, no, we can run a center line. The whole concept is the idea that how many can we support with a single, consistent, solid 600, cubic meters per minute pipe. The math says that many. So one pipeline down, splits on each. This is going to be a very specific startup. You'll see what I mean when we get to that point. But we're going to have to get to that point. Let me slap some walls around this really quickly. I'm going to stick to my basic black for the time being. Should I make it red? I've been thinking about making it red for basically to keep everything in theme, but I don't want to like overdo it. I still really genuinely, authentically do want to come back and like make these quote unquote finished buildings in some manner. And I fucked up somewhere. Didn't I? Here's where I fucked up. I fucked up the walls. Oh, thank God that's all it was. How the fuck? Are these? These are not... Son of a bitch. Oh, Christ. Ugh. All right. Here's what we do. I can do this. I can fix this. I have to clear this whole floor. You know, of things to have to build and tear completely apart again. Yeah, a square mile of concrete is a small sacrifice. Okay, so let's use a wall, and we'll basically realign everything. And this is what I get for basically either, you know, A, not using my original alignment technique, or B, not using nudge. So put that there, template that. Now I have to build a new floor 1 meter over. Now again, like the biomass base, we're really not going to need this underfloor, like at all, nearly at all. Except for just basically a place to you know, do the mass wiring. But I do still have an idea to try and use it for part of logistics. Again, as we start increasing how much stuff is coming down through these paths and getting it to where it needs to go. Oh, I've defaulted to the brown color. I gotta fix that and paint that black. I painted that one brown for the biomass. Brown power, right? Sure, why not? Yeah, I'll repaint this red. Wait. Wasn't it brown? Oh, that's because I inked, dropped the brown walls when I had started over here. Oh, that's right. Okay, alright, so I'll fix it. Alright, so let's, before I get into the pipes, let's do the easy part here. And basically it's just, I just gotta, like, run connections, down the lines here. And then, yes, to interconnect each of these rows here. And then one to hop them over, and then they'll all be interconnected. So let's do this quickly here. And you can see I've started to implement my color coding for the power lines. This is to indicate this is primary red grid, red for turbofuel, right? And this helps me keep things straight and isolated. I really slept on the importance of isolating your power circuits back in the early days of playing. I've gotten a little more refined. Click the clicky click it. Thank you. Wait, which one's which? Hold on a second. Okay, go all these, each one's. It's the next, right? So is that right? I know I took the time to make sure that as minimal wiring to do as necessary. I really only have to go. Wait, which am I facing? I'm facing the wrong way, aren't I? Alright, it's okay. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, no, I did need that. That was correct. Fuck. God damn it. Hold on, let me get above and look at this visually again here. So I would have to do one. Right, so. Alright, and then one more to junction these two halves. There. Okay. I got myself a little turned around in there, would you believe? Yeah, it gets a little hard to maintain your orientation with that large and repeating environment. A little kind of interstellar, right? Okay. Next step is to get these pipes connected down one main center line. After having edited the previous video and the number of mistakes I realized I had made during the course of which that I had to go backtrack and create. Now I'm like a little gun shy here. It's like, oh my god, is anything I'm doing correct first shot? I thought I was better than that, but yeah, whatever. What can you do? Okay. Oop. These spaces are going to be too long for single pipes to connect, but that's fine. Right. Yeah, of course. Oh, just barely too. That's like insulting. It's my own design, though. What can I say? Let's see. We're going to have to make little mini extensions temporarily. Something silly like this. Shit, why? Alright, I have to fix all my paint. Alright, I'll clean up leftover bits in a moment. Okay. So that's a little funky in there, huh? Alright. We're never going to see it. Alright, so this is our base level. This is our bottommost gravity receiving point. So, now I wanted to have this kind of stair-stepping design. So, like normally, I've got tall buildings like this, right? And I've got this 8-meter underfloor. And if I was going to build a second floor above this, basically I'd take 12 walls, right? That's 10 for an inner floor, and then 2 additional for the next floor's underfloor, right? So I would have that, and then I could like do something just as a visual indicator. This is where the next floor goes. If I were going to do something like that, I would start building from within that space, right? And just continue on upwards. But I don't want to make it too high because I don't want to have to necessarily pump this any higher than it already is if I don't have to. So I wanted to do these kind of... Because this is a short floor, I don't have to build this whole 10 high. I'll leave that there for just a moment, just for... because I might do something in that area. I don't know. Hold on. So if I do something like this... This wall is just a guide. It's not a permanent placement. So if I do a 5... and then 2 for an underfloor. So, and on this level would be the blenders with the final product of the Turbofuel, which can then just fuel directly into here. It's elevated, but not super high. Doesn't need to be. It's just got to be above. And then the next thing I probably build... Okay, all right. Yes, this is how this is coming together, I think. I forgot to take a measurement of the pod. How big it is. All right. Let's see. The Turbofuel gusher. Right? Yes. So I set up outbound pipes. But fuck you, finger. And they do this neat kind of like, almost like double header design. Alright, so, and I want this oriented this way. But which way? I'm not so worried about the lateral alignment. That's, you know, requires no pressure to move. I just want it to be like in a decent space. And, I think that's it. Okay. So, alright, let me trim some excess and wall it up. Fuck me, did I do it again? Son of a bitch. Alright. It's fine. As long as we can do that, that is. Sticking to my old techniques, man. I don't know. I got so adjusted to life before Nudge, you know? Boink. Right. Right. I don't know. It's me. I know. It's... What can I say? Okay. We'll worry about connecting the power in a bit. Let's get the main portions placed. Alright, so this portion needs to have both of the heavy oil residue and diluted fuel gravity fed down to them. But gravity fuel is an intermediate step, so that has to be our next kind of half level up. So let's do this again. Let's go this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now this I would like to see if I can kind of center the output. So let me see which way I got to point that. And I guess this is where I taught, you know, that flexibility of arrangement comes into play that I was talking about before. So is this even... This might not be quite high enough. I might have to go up an extra couple meters just to get a little extra. No, I can do this all. This will work out. This will be fine. All right, diluted fuel. Right. So, and my output is coming right this way. So. Diluted fuel and the petroleum coke. All right, so that's... I'm looking at the tile on the rightmost side where the diluted fuel is coming out and heading up towards the top of the screen. And I gotta line up. That's the one I want to line up with up there. Oh, okay. I can't do... No, I'm not going to try and do that. I'm not going to try to do the auto connect thing. But I think... Nope, it's too far over. Oh, that's why. I see. Alright, I can deal with that. This is coming down the center between the seam of two tiles, and the output on the other one was on the center of a single tile. So it's kind of just a shoot off filter. Okay, that absolutely does not matter. Oh, so I'm not sweating that. Nope. I still just love watching these things fly together, especially big chunks. You know, it's just a lot of neat stuff. I used to follow what's called the demo scene, and it's a European kind of thing. I mean, it's not just Europe, but where basically instead of rock bands, you know, some young guys, you know, form coding groups, and they would come together, and this is like going back to the 80s and the 90s, and see who can come up with the wildest graphics and really push the limits of old hardware, you know, to what it could do at the time. And basically a lot of... what am I doing here? A lot of like really cool graphics that you wouldn't think could come out of such old hardware. That became... I got hooked on that stuff. And so I love any fancy graphical display. I can't help it. I like sparkly, shiny, and I am so made. Alright. So this is interesting. Well, we gotta go up one more level. Alright, let me wall this. The whole plant is going to be painted red for Turbofuel. I'm not going to worry about coding it to the individual pods. Alright. Now for the final pod of the refiners. And see, we are finally... yeah, we're definitely we're approaching, but we'll be good because our floor is, you know, production floor level is here. That is well above that point. Alright, so this guy's got to go this direction because his import for the oil is at the far end from this perspective, which we'll bring in from the that pipe over there. And his output end is the lower end of the screen there. And again, I'm not worried so much about the lateral alignment of things on this part. Oh, I'm out of concrete. I figured that was coming. Hold on, let me go pick that up. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, I don't need to build that part. Oh my god. Okay, so that is roughly now. And honestly, I am down with this irregular, off-balance kind of look. I actually have an idea for long-term unifying aesthetic as far as actual support. I've not fully decided, even if how I could pull off what I'm thinking. It'll be really silly. I mean, but could be really neat. Definitely absurd, but anyway, that's a future exploration. I'm gonna clear this thing out. Hold on. Okay, now we'll get to the piping in a moment. The piping is going to be the relatively easy part. What I actually have to do next now is wire it, wire them all together. And the thing is I have a circuitry system that I've developed and I try to stick to. Consistency makes building so much easier, you know, as you start coming up with these large setups. But this particular build spot is particularly gummy. Well, not particularly, but just a couple extra steps for me here. I gotta make sure I can tinker out correctly, because we have the jump starter power grid that we're going to use, and all this has to run off of that temporarily, right? So, and then when the time comes, when this kicks on, we're going to need to shut off the biomass power. And actually, we'll have to first turn on the biofuel power to take over, or not the biofuel, the turbofuel to take over the production's power, and shut off the biomass burners so that we don't, you know, unnecessarily use their fuel, and they'll be ready for another day should it ever arise. Which honestly, if the build goes right, should never happen. Right, yes. What I need to do, okay, first, I need to interlink each of the 3 buildings. And I've got a technique for that too. I'm just trying to look for the most... Alright. Could do a little sneaky thing. It doesn't even have to be perfectly aligned with each other. I know, I'm sorry guys, I just mutter and think out loud. Let me pop a little door here. Here. Alright. So, now what I do, I try and keep it in the corners, and so I can go in any direction that I need to bring power to. And I maintain 3 individual circuits, and I have them color-coded with the beams, and the beams are partially directional. They show you which way they're, you know, getting their connection, sending it to, because sometimes it's just difficult to see. And what I do is that one is this, I've got colored pale green, and that just means primary internal power. And this will be whatever grid a particular building is on. There's going to be a hop point where it's no longer at the grid power, you know, circuit. It's going to be internal power circuit. And I'm not describing that well. But anyways, so that will be just to convey, you know, general electricity, but actually not even, you know, power the components yet. That's the primary internal circuit. No, right. I'm not naming these. I don't have official names. This one's the main power grid, right? It's just the internal, you know, carrier for whatever grid the building's riding on. The blue one is the primary buildings circuit, which all these buildings will be powered on by, and I got a switch I built in place for that. And the white is a second, third, whatever the fuck circuit. Because there are occasionally needs where I have to have a subset of buildings that I can turn on and off without the whole block. So, anyways, so what I need to do is, now that I've completely disorienting myself. Where am I? Alright. So what we'll do... Let me do this from the bottom up first. Hold on. Let's see. So what I need is... Let me... Nope. You know... Alright. I'm going to try a little strange thing here. This could be interesting. This could be silly. And they're not mutually exclusive. I've tried some things like this before. I'm not going to try and like overbuild this. But I want it to be some kind of a thing. No, that wasn't it. Oh, that's right. And then... How did I do that last time? Alright, I'll figure it out. It's not that important. I'm just, no, I don't use glass on this. I'll get into the priority power switching later. I definitely have ideas for that. It's not necessary for this point, though, right now. We'll get there. So now what I need... And usually what I do is when I need power switches, I like to put them on a beam that's also, again, color-coded so that I know where exactly it's coming from. And I needed 2 discrete beams there, specifically because there's going to be 2 switches. So one's going to be poo brown. And the other is Turbofuel red. So now what we'll do is basically each switch's input will come from its respective power source. Brown to the biomass and red to the turbofuel, but both of their output will connect to the single internal circuit powering these 3 buildings. So, and I only really need that to keep these on one. I don't have to have them on separate circuits. One primary circuit will be fine for this. Yeah, that was an idea. I'm not going to spend whole lots of time here, so it doesn't matter. It's actually much simpler than I had going on before. Let me do this. Let me save. Okay. First, let me create a single internal circuit here. Let's see if I can find one single... Yeah. Just looking for a spot where I can go vertically up between all 3 buildings as straight as possible. There's going to be a little kink and bend in this, but it'll be fine. So I will take his inner, it's going to seem strange, his inner connection, and we're role-playing that we have a drill, and we drilled a hole right before. And why did that place? That placed a freaking... That's not what I wanted. Why did you think that's what I wanted? Take you. Why isn't it... It's not giving me... Yes, I do... No, it's insisting on... I want a nub on the freaking bottom of this here, and it's not... that's not right. If if I'm looking at the bottom, it should give me the choice of what I have from the bottom, but it was defaulting on what the option was for the top of the concrete, which is a pole. Ugly poos. No, I'm sorry. Okay, now that is not necessarily aligned. That's not the point right now. So okay, so yes, it clips through the floor. I don't care about that. So now this is going to hop here. This is going to be the carrier for. We're going to use the green circuit as our primary internal. All right, and then we want to connect you to you. So I only did the power at one end on this building. Alright, so let me run a circuit down the wall here. Actually, well, yeah, it's got to go by that way anyways. So I should plan for a couple of... That's fine. I'll do it like this. Not there. Hold on. That's that important in this end. Well, no, right. That's fine. Yeah, because there will be a point where both of them will be connected simultaneously. It won't be for long, but yeah, it will happen. So, and that's not a problem. And then I just cut off the switch for the brown power. It'll be a brownout. There's one of my mystery erasures. Okay, so primary circuit from this building is going up. Let's verify I'm connected. Wait, yeah, right. I'm connected there. This one has got its connection. Now we got to get and yes, I built the switches on that green line, right? Okay. Okay, so that's all three of those. So now we have to pipe them. Oh, well, actually, what we can do first here, before we pipe, let's set the wiring for the brown and the red power grids. Which is not going to be a complex thing. You can really just pick any one of these points. Just put a hole in the ceiling. I think that's exactly what we'll do. Just hitch on one of these guys. Put a little point here on the ceiling. I didn't mean to quite... Alright, we'll use different spots. Alright, it doesn't matter. And we're going to take him, stick him right on this. Well, that's actually, oh, we need his identifier first. This is brown grid. Have to make sure, extra careful, they don't auto-connect with, auto-intersect with an existing, yeah, it wouldn't be good. Alright, so let's do this. We'll take that. That there. Brown comes up from here. Goes here. And that's the brown input on the brown power grid switch. This could be a green. Yeah, no, this is the green it chose, right, yeah. actually. Okay, so brown is switched. No, that's not right. That's fine. Wait, why did I have the air like this? Oh no, I am turning myself around here, and that's just trying to freaking set it so that I, have everything coded so I don't get turned around, and I'm getting turned around. And so you go there. Correct. Okay. And that's your main switch for the pod's central power, because I wasn't planning on this quite. Okay. Now, hold on. I need to fix these walls. I still have petals left over for when you used to have to craft the paint pellets to paint things, which I kind of got, at the time. I was like, I kind of get that, but it got old fast. Okay. All right. So. So I was thinking I could go up into this building here, but that's not really what I need to do, because what I need to do, I'm not trying to get power to that building or any specific building. I need to get the red grid to this red switch. You're not the right color. Alright, so what I'll do here is, because I have already created red grid, and we will, let's see, okay, we'll start running it. This is going to be our interconnection to the world. Red grid's going to do quite a bit. It's going to be, even once the big nuclear power is taken over, red grid will still be working and, keeping certain things alive. And it'll be his job. So, everything we do with him is a long-term plan. Alright, so it's going to be silly. I know I say that a lot, huh? And that pokes out the back good. Right now it's red on red. It'll make better sense against other colors when, later on down the line. Again, using the beams to indicate what power line. But of course, what doesn't work on this is double pole. Does it? Even if I can just get the nubs to go through. Hey, never mind. Double pole is perfect. And, okay, let's cable. And this. And I kind of usually like to make a little kind of more elaborate, just a something. I might use like a power pole thing here. Actually, I had some custom power poles that I liked for a while. Just to kind of like be a visual indicator, this is our primary junction point from this to the world. Everything, that it supports connects, funnels in through this one point. Right now, it's a nub. I think I'll build something later. But that will do. I kind of wanted it something like this, didn't I? Yeah, I guess I did. All right, we can do that over as fast. Hold on. was not quite expecting that. In fact, let's get this guy out of the way. I don't think we're going to need him here. That was unneeded also, right? Oh, no. No, he is very needed. All right. So, actually, in that lately, hold on. So, okay. Ooh. Okay, so red is going to come over here. Again, making sure he didn't auto interconnect. Stop that. Did not auto interconnect. Okay. And so the red import goes to that part of the switch. All right. So fuck. I'm on call this weekend, right? And the first thing, that the step is that, basically you've got to be available and you've got to have your phone handy. You got to be, contactable, et cetera, et cetera. And so I got a text, and that's usually what I expect when I'm on call. It's like 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon right now. It's my turn rotation for this week. And so I get this call, and it's like this text, ding, ding, ding. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of recording. Of course, I'm going to freaking get the page, right? And I go and look at, I say, okay, let me go see what's right. And from an email address, bfxginiquuy at rambler.ru. Oh, because that's not suspicious. But hello, I'm Mary from Aerotech. Which is, it's funny because I used to work for the company Aerotech. They're not Aerotech anymore. They haven't been Aerotech in 20 years. They're Tech Systems now. Oh, we learned about your outstanding background. Would like to recommend you a high-paying job you can choose part-time for video. We provide 60 minutes of free training for newcomers to ensure salary range $300 to $700 a day, and the monthly income is no less than $10,000. You're so full of fucking shit. Oh God, that's a new one though. That's lately it's been people offering me loans. Okay. Getting back on track here. Okay. Now we have... you see, this is why it's like... Organization is so important. Oh, where have I done this? Wait. Yeah, no. It's good. It's just confusing. And the color coding is so fucking... I just can't... if I walk away from it from 5 minutes, I've forgotten what the fuck I've done. But this should be... Alright, so brown power comes in, goes into the switch. We turn that switch on. Brown power goes into the internal green circuit, which then goes on and connects all up the rest of... I did get these buildings connected. Right. Because each has their own switch. Okay, so all right, so that's wired. That's... I'll do something with the end of that later. Well, this is interesting. I can't say that it didn't come out how I imagined it would look, because I literally had no idea how it would look. And that was the thing. It's like I was very eager, honestly, to see how this... I knew I was doing something like this. I just had no idea what the final output would look like. So... And And you know, honestly, I'm not dissatisfied. I'm fine with this. I think this is fine. This is good. All right, so let's get the buildings interpiped between each other. Let's get that part done. So one of the things we need to do here, I'm just going to plunk a port in the hole. Oh, wrong button. A porthole in the floor. We're going to drop a pipe there. And then what we'll do... Alright, so where do we have to bring... That's our heavy oil residue output, which needs to come here. Okay. Move that door. Throw a wall hole here. That's excellent. Okay. So now... I don't want to like start trying to like bring this pipe along where I've got the circuitry is. So I'm going to tack him up along, travel this way, and come over, down over here. Let's see, what am I aligning on? The center line. I'll go ahead and paint that. All right, that's exactly what I want that to do. So the heavy oil residue comes down. Paint. Let's see. We'll get the oil piped in a minute. Right now, I'm mostly worried about the internal. We need a sink for the polymer resin for the time being. This will be unplanned for power expenditure. We'll manage. I want to collect some polymer resin, but I don't want to get backed up with it either. There's going to be a bunch of sinks in this build temporarily placed. The way I wind up building is I ramp everything up deliberately to run full tilt 100% of the time. I'm not like shifting power between grids because my whole thing is like I want more power than I need. Power is always the problem, so I want to like go bonkers on the power. But in order to keep things like ramped up and provide and ready to support the next level that it supports, supporting. It's gotta get rid of some shit. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. So I am going to semi-conceal his power connector here, and he's going to go directly patched into internal circuit. That is fine. Let's do... We will figure out a permanent thing to do with polymer resin later. But right now I just want to be able to collect some and... Alright, so... I want... Alright, so there's our polymer resin disposal. Smart splitter, we will put any into the container and overflow out the front. So, yeah, I should probably have faster belts than that. That's fine. That doesn't need to be a fast belt, slow belt thing. I'm going to mark these blue. Good. Alright. And fine, we'll put a little support structure under this. Just to... so OSHA doesn't call, you know. There. So it's not absolutely completely ridiculous. Okay. So there is our heavy oil residue coming down here. He is feeding 5 machines. Oh, we get to get some water up here. All right, so what we'll do... It's going to be an extra little kink and bend in there, but that's fine. That'll be just fine. So... let's get down. I like to build little kind of piers. Just trying to figure out where I'm trying to get my water up to exactly. All right, let's do this for a guideline. That's fine. Alright, let's, can't I... Alright, it doesn't matter, it's fine. So... shit, I forgot how much water I need. I don't think it's a lot. Oh, 200 water, that's easy. Not deep enough. Deep enough. Okay, alright. So... now, I could... I might... let's do this way instead.
That may indeed be water. Try submerging your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities. Or you could just pipe it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens.
And that's too close to that pier. Or I could back the pier up, I guess. Now, first, we gotta get him on power. Oh shit, I didn't mean to clip him through the line. Crap. Do I care? I kinda don't. Fuck. Wait. You crashed. God damn. You know something? It fucking did this to me last time too. The game didn't crash because the game had a problem. The game crashed because Epic fucking did an update and restarted itself and disconnected me from the fucking server. Fuck you, Epic. And it signed me out completely. Crap. And I've got my... shit. Alright, I gotta redo some things. I got my save frequency set down to every 30 minutes, because it's, by default, I think it's like every 5 minutes. And at a certain point in time, previously it was, every 5 minutes, it'd be like 2 to 3 minute save times. And it's like very difficult. So, but it means it's only half an hour of work I gotta reproduce. Oh. Alright, hold on. Let me try and blaze through this. Oh, the fucking walls aren't even painted. So, fuck you, Epic. Okay. The wire re-completed now. And now I've got to re-complete the... I didn't realize it's clipping through the wires there. I don't really care that much on that one. think this is about as far as I got before. Oh no, I was working on getting the water up. That's right. Okay. We're nearly back to where we were. Oh, man. So, actually not there. Sure, for now. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Here.
That may indeed be water. Try submerging your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities. Or you could just pipe it to a coal-powered...
Alright. And it was at this point that we crashed out here. So, let me save. Okay. So, now, I'm not going to worry about having this. Well, does the no, he can be on directly on the red grid and not necessarily the green grid of the buildings. And that is because basically that is this guy's first and foremost job, is to make sure that, you know, grid power is supplied to the miners and extractors out there in the field. So that is normal for that type of device to connect directly to the grid. These I like to have a little segregated and, you know, individually switchable. So even that really... just for manageability. I was really hoping to get this thing turned on, but wow, this video is getting long. Alright, let's just continue for now. So I gotta get a pip-it or pipe-it or pip. Where the hell that was. No. No. Now. Okay, good. I'll take that. Oh, of course. Eat me. And he's really got to get backed up a spot, though. I think I need 2. I think I can overclock as much as 120 a minute out of 1, if I'm recalling correctly. Chances are good either way. Resource not deep enough. Alright, I'm not going to worry about hyper-compact placement for these things yet. And before I get too in the weeds on the pipe setup here, hold on, let me just check the 300. No, I'm good. I only need 1. In fact, I only need 200. Or not 30. Good. Okay. See, he is power connected, he's clocked, and what we need is some pumps. Does he actually go all the way in? How high? Oh, well, I guess that high. Alright. Glad that works to tell me. Fine, good. So, I can work with that. And what we'll do is we'll put one here. Should bring us here, and then one here. Right. Okay, so he's inside the pump line of the first, and then he should have enough power to pump all the way in, right? Is that what it just did? Right. Excellent. wire them. Okay. That's ready to go. So yes, the water is not gravity driven, but Sylvie, you know, choose your battles, right? All right. So all right. So we have the petroleum coke and the diluted fuel. Diluted fuel needs to go here. We need another output of the heavy oil residue to go there. All right. So let's do this. All right, so you're on a center line. Get my floor ports. And probably here. Now let's make it here for safety. How's that? Vertically fine. Now, the whole thing about this is that I have to completely let all of these lines pack. Oh, I forgot to fix the daylight. Huh. I have to completely let all these lines pack, one stage at a time. The only way, basically, that everything can consume 100% at 100% efficiency is there can't be any slack. There's got to be like zero slack. So priming these modules a stage at a time is crucial. So okay, all right, saving. Thought just crossed my mind. I wonder if somebody was trying to use my account on Epic and failed the logons and forced a disconnect for me legitimately logged in order to say, okay, somebody's going to be the real guy. And I do have my 2FA set up. And I completed it and logged back in and playing. And that's just really peculiar. It happened to me 2 times last week. And so far once. And I'm not done recording yet here. Anyways, okay. So, okay, the heavy oil residue has a branch that comes down here. That is good. So he's going to fill and pack those lines. And now we need this diluted fuel. Alright, so can I try and minimize my segmentation here? Ooh, he's still a bit elevated, isn't he? I can redo that. Hold on a second. Hold on. Actually, I could probably trim that out too. Hold on. Okay. All right. The fuck? All right, folks, I know this is going to be a long video, but I'm like very much into this and any kind of like need to see this through to completion here. I must. Alright, so... Alright, now, that's the thing. We have a double product to get out here. So here's what we do. We need to also get out a belt of petroleum coke. So let's get the wall holes. I just bought those, didn't I? Right. Right there. Perfect. Belt. So apparently I painted that for sulfur, and I'm gonna have to repaint that for oozing digger. Actually, let me. That is a notch too low, too, isn't it? There we go. Oop. Is that so? Alright, so if he's going to feed there, so we got a nice, neat line coming out, then we need his buddy to dump. Hold on, let's unify that. Alright. Alright, got it. Floor hole. Right there. Now, here's the trick, sort of. If I can remember how to do this, if it'll let me do this the way I want to do this. Alright, first let me see. See, what I'm trying to maintain is you could keep the, have the head of the lift versus the actual lift itself oriented in different directions, and I like to keep the ingredients facing out so that you can see them. Just trying to remember exactly how I managed to pull it off. I think I had to do a temporary floor. Maybe, probably, yeah. If I do this, not there, but, oh no, it's gotta be there. Okay. Belt. Belt. Right. Right. Now, it's only reporting clipping right now because the extra concrete. So as long as that's connected here as a starting point, and I joined to this port as an end point, now when I scroll, I can scroll and rotate the belt itself. So I can keep... And it didn't do it. Oh, you're an asshole. Oh, fuck you. You showed it to me. Oh, you're... Oh, buggy bug. Not cool. No. See, the ghost let me do it. Arrgh. Alright. Well, hopefully we see, that fixed soon. Alright. Color that for the Coke. Which I'm just sticking, because it's as a core petroleum product. Well, actually, hold on, not the brown. I have dark brown. Is this one? No, that's not it, right? Yeah. So my, like, really dirty petroleum products, I keep this, like, deep brown. It's not black, but it's like a deep brown. Deep brown. Okay, so that'll come out like that. It's Probably a faster belt than I need. I'm not worried about that. I can tweak that later. Now, I'll fix the paints later. Right now, I just really want to see this freaking running. This has been killing me all week long. I've had these freaking chunks built, ready to go. I had the idea, like, mostly in my mind, and it's like, and I've just been had like, I gotta keep editing, gotta go, editing. Anyways, right. So he comes down. He feeds him there. He comes out. We got these piped now, 2 products. These 2 products come out. So now we just need the sulfur here. Yeah, it's just time to bring in those last raw ingredients. Save. All right. So we are down to our final connection points now, which are the external resources, the raw resources. This will be the easier one. We'll do him second. Let's get this. Let me figure out how I'm going to deal with this sulfur. All right. All right. Let me do a little curvature here, old school curvature. Okay. That'll do. And now, so what I want to do is I want to prepare for an eventual column of materials coming through here. So it's probably going to be a couple other little bends. But for now, for the moment, just for the sake of getting things going, I want to keep his as simple as possible, this sulfur line. This tree's got to go. He's in the way. Sorry. Sorry, my friend. It's not me, it's you. Temper! Work all out of sleep. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do for the moment, for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to drop a lift down to the ground here. And we're going to feed him into which... Now, I want to make sure he is, like, isolated. If I'm going to drop him, he's going to be like the base, right? Anything further is going to be brought in above this line or to the side of this line. So in order to keep him flowing right, and not create tangles, he's going to be one of the outermost. So he's going to basically come down to the ground. We're going to pipe him in, belt him in, and lift him up. Come through the underfloor here. To here. And get distributed. Actually, and that's where we'll see our first, like, real, moment of progress here. Let's, no, not this. It'll also save us a problem by pre-packing the sulfur line in advance of everything else. So it's one less thing we don't have to wait on. All right, this is going to be a little jank for the moment, but we'll make it pretty later. Okay. Now I would still like to keep a semblance of order with the foundations as guides. Alright. So, and again, right now, these things I'm doing, I'm just trying to rush. I don't mean to rush, but skipping steps temporarily. Until, just for the sake of getting it going. Because I really want to see this going. This is, like, bothering me. Right, so what we'll do... Do you have it pop up out of here? I think that's just fine. I think that's excellent. Alright. So we'll put that there. Now... And the way that I'm doing this is... It is very, like... irregular, because this is how I was able to manage the... And I am trying again for the reversal of the lift belt. So okay, so he's gonna go. No. No. There, right. Got it. All right. Now lift. All right. He needs to come out a notch further. So let's take a half. Stick it here. Why isn't it? This one? All right. This is a little. Oops. Fuck. God. Control click isn't working the same. I don't know. I'm missing something, it feels like. Alright, it doesn't have to be exactly centered. No, that's good. Alright, so belt. Right. Okay, lift. It's too far. Alright, we'll move the hole. Wait, did I just do the same spot? Did the same spot, didn't I? Nope, nope, no, it's good, good. Shh. See? Ah. Meh. Salt, salt, salt. Okay. I'll paint those afterward. Alright, so that's going to be our feed point for the sulfur, so we have to get the sulfur here. Alright. So sulfur is going to be coming in from here. Oh, we can just have him track along the ground, pop into this wall here. We'll make a lift spot for him somewhere, get him up to the next level, and yeah, something like that. I'm just trying not to do it in a way where every new incoming line looks all chaotic, you know, and I want things to look like, you know, it's like there was an intent from the start. A way to, like, you know, it's like if I bring this one through, I can bring everything else along through this, you know, this sample structure and build off of that and come out with a cohesive, you know, semi thing. But actually, you know what I need to do now? Actually, I need to recurve back in the opposite direction. Yeah. Yep, 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 yep. Now I know there is a slightly neater way, and I have done it in the past, and I'm just not recalling it exactly this moment. But this is just fine for our purposes right now. Okay. All right. Like maybe one or two more. All right, one more. And really, all that is for is so I can place this. Ooh, no, wait. This here. One. And just have it be at the correct angle so that it just goes forward and hits the buildings, right? And then from here, but you know, make sure, is it on curve? It's on curve. And they mostly come together. That's interesting. It's not important, but so a long way around, take advantage of something that's already built into the game, huh? All right, so now, okay. All right, so you know something? With these curves built in now, I feel much better about that this doesn't come in dead on, you know, and that was kind of, I really don't want to have to take it all apart. I can work with this. And it's got a nice, like, gentleness to it, I think. So, okay, we need to get this fucking shit in. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right. Wait. So we're just going to build directly on the ground for this one here. We'll worry about stacking others later. What are you doing? All right. Something like this. I could always tweak this later. Okay. Let's put a hole in the wall. And we'll come in through the upper portion. Yes. Alright. Okay. Now I need to deliver it to where it needs to go. So it needs to go here. So let's start from this direction. Go from this port. Put a lift here just to determine orientation. We're going to track along the ceiling. Okay. Alright, so we get a belt to put it into. Let's go ahead and just paint that for the moment. Alright, so if he's on this center line... Wait, let's put a marker. He's coming out here. Okay, so if we patch in there, he'll be nice direct. So he's really just going to do a little bend and pop up. Actually, I could correct this and just have him go directly there to start. Well, still passing through the building for manageability's sake, but actually, I think, yes, I'm going to do that. I don't want to like put it like right there because I got a funny feeling. We'll try it. I got a funny feeling it's going to be like too tight. But there's a part of me that thinks that maybe it still might. Let's take a look there and see. Yeah, no, it's gonna allow. It's not gonna allow a lift there, does it? Does it? Oh, it does. That's legal? Really? Nice. I thought that'd be too tight. Oh, I didn't do that right. You know something? That is still just fine. I can absolutely still totally work with that. Never mind. We're going to do this instead then. I'm really bummed about the lift rotation thing. That's kind of... I really leaned on that. I used that as a visual aesthetic, you know? Alright. Sulfur going up. Huh? Oh, yeah, well, no hole, huh? Now. Alright, sulfur flowing in. Going up to the upper level first. Fast belt, slow belt. Allowing everybody to kind of like take part a little more easily. Now, of course, there's no consumption going on right now, so everything's going to back up, which is what we want. That's fucking awesome right now. I'm just like, oh, yes, right. Finally started seeing it, you know, like come to life. I need this. Yeah. Okay, that's our sulfur. Say that. Okay. All right, this should be a bit more straightforward. So, what we have on this pod is we have an import here for the crude oil. And that distributes on either side here. Fills up each of these guys, and then all of this starts flowing. Ah, fuck. One of the things I lost and that saved in that crash, I forgot that lost set. Ah, crap. Alright, hold on. That would have sucked if I didn't notice that. I'd go ahead and turn everything on, and I'm all like chipper and happy and hopeful, and it's like, oh no, it all crashed. It backed up because I fucking forgot to replace the sink. Yeah, that wouldn't have been, well, it'd have been content. Okay. Alright, so that's replaced. Sulfur's in. Alright, we're just going to basically do a long freaking bridge right now. And it's got to go there. And it's got to go there. So let's kind of... Well, it's not really going to matter. I might have to curve this bridge a little bit too. In fact, I think that is what I'm going to do. Actually, I think this is fine. Let's see. Ooh. It's almost balls on.
because a split second before the torque wrench was applied to the faucet handle, it had been calibrated by top members of the state and federal Department of Weights and Measures to be dead on balls accurate. Here's a certificate of validation.
Dead on, balls accurate.
It's an industry term.
Okay. Now, we should see this filling. We should see 600 a minute. We already are. We could, and these pumps should be kicking back in, and we should look at any pipe and see 600 a minute. Oh yeah. See the pumpity pump, pump, pumpity pump. Look at Pumpy go. Oh man. Alright, so right on. Lines packing. Excellent. Actually, I think I need to get those extractors switched on to the right grid lines. I'll worry about that afterwards. Don't worry about that. Alright, so now, okay. We want... So this one needs to be off. Let's fix that text. Where's the text? Okay, so you stay off. We don't want you on at all right now. You... Okay, leaving you off again for the moment. Okay. Saving. Okay, so we're going to do this carefully. And this is because really what I'm doing here, I have chosen, very obviously manifold-centric design. And, we know about, feed problems with manifolds. And I've got a number of different steps here to try to mitigate this. And I think this is going to be right, all right. But it is going to take time. We just have to wait for things to complete one step at a time. And then once we turn on the end product, it'll all just be flowing and just be, singing and the angels. Oh, you're right. Okay, so these, now we haven't turned them on yet, so they're not packing their internal buffers yet. But the lines, we should be seeing this backed up to 0 per minute any moment now, because it really should not have taken long. In fact, that's where we're at. Okay, so the crude oil lines are packed. Now, we're going to turn on this pod. All right, here's where the real anxiety kicks in. All right, wait. None of you guys have power. I have to turn on the biomass power. All right. It's not telling me capacity. Here it is. Max consumption. All right, I'm not going to worry about totally all of that right now. Okay, so biomass power is patched in. Biomass is ready to power this plant. It's all just a matter of load. These are not powered on yet. We're going to do that now. Now, what I'm probably going to have to do is I'm going to have to probably start and stop this a couple of times. What I want is each of their internal buffers to fill. And, but I think my output is strong enough at this point. I I think it'll happen naturally. All right, so of course I got this pointed the wrong direction. Fuck. Oi. Okay, this is just like fraught with anxiety right now. That's really kind of the thing when you're doing your builds in a big setup, editor or a blueprinter setup like I've got, and then finally you plunk it all out, you get it all connected, and it's like, all right, this is supposed to do what I think it's gonna do, and until you see it doing it, you're like, okay, all right, we're starting up this pod. What's our power looking like? Consumption 510. It's not telling us our production. It's probably, well, all right. Let's just hold tight on that for a moment. Okay, and what we're looking to see... Oh, wait, no power. No power? Hold on. Where's my power? Did I not? Where do you go? You go here. You're supposed to be patching in those guys. Right? Must be... something along the line here. So let's see. Max consumption. Yeah, he's not showing the production either. These guys aren't... Did I not... Capacity, 1800. Did I seriously? No, I'm just in the wrong direction. Okay, so... Capacity, 1800. You go... Here. Brown. Oh, he's not... Fuck you, god damn it. Asshole. Past me. Alright. Capacity, 1800. Here we are. Alright. Let's hit it now. Or let me save it. Alright. Everybody green. What we want is to see every buffer filled. Shouldn't take long. It's already happened. Alright, so let's actually just shut it for a moment. Oops. Fix a splitter. Okay. So everybody should have reasonably filled buffers. They don't have to have perfectly filled. Just so that like nobody's starving. There's no gaps, you know. Alright. Turning it on again.
Turn it on. Turn it on. Turn it on again.
Nice and steady. Alright, and our polymer, or our our heavy oil residue should be coming in. Constructing. Everybody's downclocked. Okay, we've got flow here. Oh, I See, it's probably feeding this one first because it's the lowest. All right, and that's the thing. Yeah, so this pod has a lot of lines to pack and back up. This is going to take a couple of minutes, so I'm just going to let this roll here for a few. Basically, we'll know when it's done because it'll be stalled out and stop it producing polymer resin. Almost there. It looks like our polymer resin is just drained off there. The last few refiners here are just packing their lines. In fact, that might have been it right now. And now everybody should be stalled. Yes. Okay, good. All right. Now. Yay! This is freaking... All right, so far, so good. All right. Okay. Now, turn on pod number 2. Where to put the switch? Is it showing our link? It is. Good. So we have... This is saying we've got a max consumption of 1,800, or 1,100, excuse me, but a capacity of 18, which is good because I wasn't expecting to have that much buffer left over. But again, that's only for the biomass, and we don't care about that long term. But that's actually just way better than I was expecting. Anyways, okay. Power up.
Power up.
Okay. But he's going, so he's making his petroleum coke. We're making our diluted fuel. Oh, nope. We got no water. Shit. What happened? I thought I was connected. Oh. He needs to be on brown power. Because we need him to get things jump-started. He's part of the jump-start setup, so... Yeah. Alright, so he's off of that. Let's put beam for brown here. Eventually, brown power will be red power. But for the sake, you know, like priorities and whatnot, yeah. Okay, right, so now... Right, you know, we need to connect him to any available post. Yep, that's just... No? What? What? What am I missing here? Hold on a second. I'm confused. He likes that. And he doesn't like that. Oh, that's fucked. Is it the double power pole? Let me put in 2 singles temporarily for a test. So I'll put a single out here. I'm going to put them off kilter so we can see. Single there. And it's going to be like... So here. Let's temporarily disconnect this fucker then. Or if I just got it connected badly. All right, let's see. Hold on. Let's take a step at a time. So, brown. It's the test. Okay, so we're going to take him. We're going to clip him out. Do this other post. Okay, I'm going to take that off for a moment. Take this. Then he gets power. Okay. Maybe I just had that badly connected. So, let me... Oh, I had a double thing there? Oh, fuck me. God. No wonder. Anyways, okay. Put you back. Take you back out. You're brown. You're on, right? Yay. Okay. Water on. Okay. This should be packing. Our pumps should be pumping. No, wait. Why are we saying no power? Did I not? Oh, no, because I did the same damn thing. These need to be on brown. Stalled out because he's not getting the water where he needs to go. Shit, I gotta fucking place it manually first. That's fine. Alright. You should be back on. You guys should have power now. No? Did I not sold? Oh. There we are. Okay, so those pumps need to be on the brown power as well. Let's take a look at brown power's usage. Max 1376 out of 1800. Currently 272. Nice. Let's take a look. I should be good on biomass, leaves and wood, but I don't need to be here. Hold on. Ooh, I am out. How is he doing? He's got some stacks. He's got a way to go. Okay, let's do this. Take that out of here. Let's pack that with as much as we can. Take our excess. Let's stick that back in, except for a couple. We always need a couple on hand. Alright. Okay. So he's good for a while now. Okay. Let's check our fuel. We are blending. We have our water packed. We have our oil residue packed. Sweet. These guys will probably be stalling out because they're clocked for higher consumption rate than it's using right now. That's fine. That means these guys' lines will get filled faster. So, okay, so these guys are running. Excellent, excellent. Fuel is fueling. Coke is coking. Alright. We're filling, and basically, because these guys are off, their buffers are not taking anything in yet. So we basically just got simple lines packing from the bottom up. Won't be long at all. Alright, these guys should be stalling out any moment now. So one's full, 2 are full. These should start stalling out now. And it's, at least the way that I'm doing this, it's important to wait for everything to settle down. You know, it's like you want to pack the lines because they're going to draw in such an even amount that when you do turn on that final switch, it all just turns on, starts consuming all at once, and you know, at the rate it's supposed to, and it all just works, right? So, okay, and we are stalled. We are saving. Okay, now before we turn on the actual Turbofuel production, just want to point out really quickly. Yes, I'm aware I have not piped in the Turbofuel to the plants yet. We have another step to perform, and that is I have to turn these all off. And actually, I'm kicking myself in the ass because I should have done it in the blueprint, but I didn't. I actually had thought of it before, meant to, didn't, and here we are. So I have to go turn all of these off. And the reason for that is that basically, if these are just simply on and I just start sending turbo fuel, I mean, yes, I've got enough fuel coming down the line, but you know what happens is they just don't fill right, and it takes a very long time for everything to get down to the end here. And and then they, you know, you have these starvation points, and they're not consuming at the right rates, and things are, it does not work out. So basically what we have to do is we have to turn off all of these generators, then connect the fuel and let the lines pack, and then I'll slowly start turning them on from the far end, working towards the front to, and by that time everybody should be on a steady, consistent production and consumption rate, and life should be beautiful. All right. All right. So let's get to our power switch for this pod, because before we can do that, this guy's got to get filled. Here he is. All right, okay. Saving. All right. And I don't see the connection. Wait, capacity. Oh, no, there it is. All right, sorry. There we are. We are on, max consumption 1798. Ooh, we might have to add on some biomass. Burners, that is. That. You know what it is? Again, my spreadsheets don't account for incidentals like the extractors and miners, and I mean, I could. I really just figure I'll just tack on some extra, but yeah, there's a bunch of little, like, the known unknowns, you know. So anyways, all right, so we're good for the moment. Well, hopefully what will happen is that we won't push that edge until we're, like, finally ready to cut over anyway. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. Somebody's not working. Somebody's got no power. I did something wrong with my blueprint. So, you're here, and I'm here. Wait, what's this? What am I doing with this? This is not right. Go here. And what did I do here then? That's where you're supposed to be. Ooh, this is tight. Now, where the fuck was I? I can't see the guideline for the frickin' wire to tell me which, oh, barely. Hold on, if I do it this way. Okay, so... here. Alright. What the fuck was that supposed to be? Alright, just connect it. That should be on now. Except it's not fucking connected. Alright, so, hold on. 1.5 tiles in. Come straight down. That's 2 tiles in then. Right, and that's what I had before, okay. So now you... now you go here. And then there. You were still not on. How have I got the top on and not the fucking bottom? Wait. Okay, that's one thing I need to make sure that this is only connected to the green, because the green line can change. I don't want these necessarily connected to the... well, actually, no, these are the generators. No. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. I'm in the wrong spot. No, I'm not. Right. So these have to be on green, because the green could be by either red or brown, and it can't matter. So green, where are you getting connected into? So we've got this goes this way. See, this is why I normally put these beams in to tell me what's going where. Waiting for this switch, but this should be on, and you're connected to green. So when you connect here, and then here, this is a mistake. No, fuck that. That was the right thing. God damn it. Was it? You're the mistake. Okay. 1, 2. Seam of 2 tiles. Center between 2 tiles. Okay. Now, you like that. Junction to green. I want to make it neat. So here's what I do. Make a little tracking the main lines of the established the wires there. Make a new junction point. Paint it green for the primary internal. And here's the funky part. Selecting the cable and trying to get it to auto join it. This is you gotta like cross the cursor over the destination cable, but when you got like multiples close together, it gets a little weird. So unless now it doesn't even do anything. It's not trying to do it at all. Interesting. Alright, so we're gonna recreate this one. Okay. That should be that now, right? Right? Door, get me out. Oh my god, let me out. No, you're... The fuck have I done? How have I got the top and not the bottom powered? Is that it? Is that it? Almost. Did I seriously? No, don't. Oh my god, how do I freaking live? Right, that's fine. That's just fine. I can live with that. As you know, okay. Oh, wow. You know, it's funny too, because every time I find those errors like that, I'm making the blueprint. I always mean to go back and fix the blueprint. I never go back and fix the blueprint. I deploy it once, I fix it when I'm out, when I find the errors and everything gets going, and I never use the blueprint again. So, all right. Excellent. All right, so... And our coke and sulfur are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Everybody's packing, everybody's happy. Blenders are blending. Fuel is fueling. This line is packing. Now. Alright, let me do this. While this is busy packing, let me get those turned off. I've done this before. This sucks. This used to be something you could fix with, thank you, past me. I turned them off in the save. Oh, I thought I forgot to do it. I remembered to do it. They're all already off. Okay, which basically means I only have to do half the work. Let me fix that paint. You know, it would have been a diabolical aspect of this game if they really wanted to. And I think I still would have enjoyed it just as much. It'd just be a bit different of a game. Was like similar in Subnautica, how there's structural dependencies. All right. You can't just like build things randomly out there like this. I was like, I enjoy this. I like this. This to me, this is a sandbox. So this is great. I love this. But I think it would have been also just as cool if it's like, oh no, you had to support your structures correctly, or they would collapse. So not that I'm asking for that necessarily, but I don't think it would have dissuaded me from the game at all. Okay, so you guys are still cranking. Basically just filling your own pipe. Just filling your own pipe. Okay, you guys should be stalling out momentarily. We always just wind up going back to this, primary pod. When he's stalled, everybody stalled. This guy's lines are still packing. They're further along. This guy's packed. Excellent. Petroleum coke just makes very high number stacks. So it takes a long time for these guys' output buffers to fill. And actually, there's something we could do about that later, but it's not important right now. Alright, that appears to be that. Let me save. So far, and it's really only going to be absolutely sure about this until, the whole thing is up and running and doing, what I intend for it to do. But so far, this is working exceedingly well. But again, it doesn't, nothing that I can tell really matters until the whole thing is flowing right. But so far, so good. All right, so everybody is off. Let's see. Or what it could do. And it should be just fine, actually, yes. Let's put this to the test. So if I put a porthole in the floor here. First, can you reach? Yep, good, thank you. What I'm gonna do, hold on. I'm gonna put a porthole on the floor here. Pipe that like that. Actually, let me put a valve so I can turn this on and off. There. Off. You're not filling yet. Well, actually, no, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay, now we'll go underneath. Route these over. And even though it's coming down and back up again, it shouldn't matter. Because all the pressure is still above it. Hold on. What am I doing to myself? I'm totally defeating my... That's... it just goes to show you, it's like you get these, like, habits entrained in you, and you're just going along doing the thing that you've always done, and you're trying to do something different, and so that was silly. That was... All right, what I was trying to do was try and take advantage of the existing, structure. But, something we're just not. I'm just going to make a big straight old pipe out, make some, nod towards support, and let's do this. Hold on. So, then if I do like this, come out here. Why am I not getting my precision placement? I'm confused. Something feels different. Alright, I should be able to straddle that. I'm holding control. Shift? No. Other control? No. Yeah, something's off. Alright, let me do this. Alright. No. Incorrect. Nope. Incorrect. Now, not this is any less ridiculous, but... See, now control works here. The fuck? I thought I heard about a bug patch update. Maybe I'm just a step behind. Alright, so now... Alright, let's do wall port here. Wait, no. Doing it wrong. Alright, here we are. Oh, no. Okay. Is it ludicrous? Yep. Can I live with it? Oh, I'd like a nice proper right angle on this. I'm trying not to like kill myself here. I just want this thing fucking running. I can fix the angle later, and in fact, I think I might. Just take that little bit out. Let's paint this quickly. Okay. Alright, so that's it. It's doing it. I forgot to put a valve back in, and it's just going on ahead. It's packing the line, which is fine. Oh, this is going to take a while. Because it's got to first fill all the freaking pipes are going to hold, like, you know, days worth of supply just in themselves. But, you know, oh, I need more biomass burners. Fuck. Alright. Hold on. Saving first. Okay. So, this is where builds get funny. Because you start off with a design in mind, and something becomes insufficient, and now you have to expand where you didn't intend to expand things before. All right. Oh, I really did have those all lined up so it could just flow. So I can continue, though. So let me just go this way. I really only need to build one extra block. Alright, I can do something like this. Maybe. It'll have to. Alright, it's gonna be silly. Okay. Necessity is the mother of invention, right? Now, the thing is, I don't have an interlink between these two, but I'll worry about that later. Right now, I just need to get that juice. And you see our fast belt, slow belt. It's already getting things working. Even if they're not all packed, which they will be soon. There'll be a capacity very shortly. Power? Oh, damn it. You can't be no power. You have to be the power. Alright, we're just gonna have to marry you into... Alright, let's do this. Okay, on this line... Now you're on. No, you're not. Fuck me. God damn it. What the hell? What is... out already? You didn't last? Oh, that's not cool. Shit. Alright, you guys are consuming. Let's do this. Hold on. Oh, I can't. Fuck me. Alright, what do I need to... Hold on. So we got fuel here. Well, alright, I'll just manually do it for the moment. Because if we don't have that group running, things are not going to stay running. Alright. Alright, let's check our lines down here and see how things are moving along. So, definitely got a good flow rate. Things are not staying filled because they definitely have a lot more distribution to do. We will know, see how these are getting like narrower and narrower when we get down to the end. And when these lines are packed, that's when we want to start turning things on. Alright, folks, I know this is a gonzo length video already, but I really want to get this going. This is like, I know I said it before, it's been bothering me. I want to do this. Sorry if this is like a stupid long video, but here we are. I like very much how this is coming out so far. Actually, you know what it is I need to do? I need to go collect some biomatter. I'm gonna go saw some trees. Oh, I did. I fucking put all the fuel in there again. God damn it. I have to keep remembering to keep a couple on hand. Yeah, it's not doing the area thing as well. I shouldn't have to like take out every individual plant. I should be taking out swaths of them at a time. I mean, I know there's a mod that made it larger, but there was a base amount. That's hopefully it's just an update. He's just suspended in air. I'm just gonna leave him like that. Alright, we got company over there. I don't think. I'll sit on the tank if I don't have to. Alright, I should be good for a while. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, alright, maybe just a couple more. No, we're leaving those right. Alright, it's not a whole lot, but it's something. So, let's take maybe half this. Not quite half that. Yeah, I'll put these back. And keep a couple on hand. Alright, maybe a few couple more. I was not expecting to cut this closely with this. This is a more ambitious plant than I had last time. Alright. How are you? You're fueling. Alright. And we should be flowing. We're pushing. We're not really quite getting 600 a minute yet. It's interesting. We should be at capacity. This part's 600 a minute. 600. Not quite. No, it's. Oh no, I think we're actually hitting pack right now. Oh, I don't know. No, these guys still got a way to go. Yeah, but we're getting there. No, it's working. Okay. Well, we're definitely hitting peak flows of 600, which means I think that, well, one, the gravity fed version is working perfectly. Well, I shouldn't say perfectly, but as intended. Excellent. And that also, I think that some of the, unless it's just a matter of like, well, doing it right, sloshing just has not been a thing at all in this build so far. It's just, it's got to be the gravity thing. Yeah, I would say right now this is probably the most successful build I've done in this manner, to really consciously use gravity on the fluids like this, and it is working much better than expected. This is like awesome. All right, it's been a few minutes, and these blenders are starting to stall out, which is a good sign. It means they're starting to hit their capacities, and that these lines at the generators should be nearly full. But as before, oh wait, flow rate 0. Ooh, really? We have to check that. Flow 0 does look like full. The end is the test. Well, that would be the thing, right? If they're stalling up top, then they're getting full because this is all full, right? And this flow rate is 0 because we are all packed. Excellent. Okay. We have to wait for the whole system to back up and stall out before proceeding. So that's going to be another few minutes. Really? Already? I thought you had more work to do. Nope. That's it. All right. Excellent. Wait, that's not stalled. No, you're stalled, just still animating? Is it me? No. Interesting. Okay. All lines packed. All fuel pipes packed. Everything is ready to go. Now the intent here is to start turning them on from the back row, working forward. The thing is, as I turn each one on, its input buffer is going to open, and it's going to cause a little, suck up a bunch of fuel. And at the beginning, the plant will be able to keep up, without trying, because, we won't be like half capacity. But as we get closer to the front, I'll have to go a little bit slower and slower to make sure that everything fills and that nothing's left starving. And then once it's all turned on, everything should just be flowing at 100%. Let me just triple check. What was the clock rate? Oh shit, did I forget a clock rate on these? Nope. 80 generators, 100% clock speed. Okay, fine, good. All right. So, save it. There we go. Still kind of sucks having to turn on 80 individual, but and I know that again, area actions used to have a function for this, but it's okay. All right, so every time I turn one on, there's going to be this like little incremental influx. And to get closer to the end, the factory shouldn't be able to stall out anymore. All right, it's going to take me a few. Okay, so that's 5, and I got 1, 2, 3, 5 left to go. Let's give this a moment. Now, that's the thing. These guys are never gonna back up. You know, they're just gonna suck down everything that they're being fed, and we just gotta make sure that their buffers are full. That's really the whole thing, and that's there. It's just doing its thing right now. How's the pipe look? Hey, the pipe is full. All right. So, are these guys? Full is full. Full is still full. And full is full. Excellent. Now, we should have a factory here that is about half capacity and that sections are kicking on and off and off and on. Because it's not getting its full draw yet. Okay. Alright, so that's everything exactly as I gotta watch this because until we're ready, actually I need to put up a post to monitor my power output. I'm gonna make sure we're not. What are we down to in? Okay, we still get about 180-ish. Alright, we get to cut this over soon. It'll be fine. Alright. Dun, dun, dun. Where am I? Hold on. Oh yeah. Alright. Continuing powering on. Alright, we are nearly completely fired up here. I've got 2 rows left to go. I want to give this a moment. Make sure that this is like not struggling at any stage. As long as everything stays packed 100%, then it can't like run out. Everything should be perfectly balanced. So these guys they would start staying running more constantly, but should still be seeing some stalls here and there, which is good, which does appear to be what we're seeing. These guys have run out of an external fuel and running on buffers, which is fine. It's okay. We're nearly there. In fact, what we need to do, I need a post to see what my production is. And let's put one here. It's as good as any place just to see where I'm at. We'll make a pretty post later. 16,000. We're oh wait, hold. Capacity production 16,000. Right, because I haven't turned on the last couple of rows yet. Right, should go 20,000. Okay, you know what we can do right now, actually? Let's go ahead. We're going to turn on turbofuel circuit, excuse me. Make things a little bit happier. Not so stressed out. Relax, breathe. Alright, and we're going to turn off biofuel. We are now officially cut over. Our graph looks much different. All right. So we're set with that. Now, oh shit! Hold on. What'd I do? Fuck. You guys aren't. I had them like somehow dedicated on the biomass circuit. What did I do? Crap! I hate when I fucking find like that. All right. Okay, so alright. Then you come here. You don't need that connection. You still need brown. What happened? Wait, did I cut something? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that one's kind of important. Oh, I swear to God. Hey, how... No, still not it. Oh, right, because I got to turn on a switch. That's still not right. Hold on, what the fuck? We've got 16,000 here. I didn't connect this pole, did I? It does not appear that I did. Alright. Funny how that works. Trying to do this kind of neatly still. Do this. Track you down to the wall here. Make sure we've got red markers. What? Huh? Oh my God. I swear to God. Yay! Okay, so that circuit is live. I'll make a fancy activation switch later. We'll fix that. He is producing things. I'm hearing stalling. Let's look at our flow rate. Riding. Oh yeah, we're pushing capacity now. Okay, so all right, that's the thing. We're starting to see our little stalls get a little less and less intermittent. Let's go and turn on this last row. 2 rows rather. Again, slowing down how fast I turn them on as I get to the end to make sure that everything's caught up. Nothing is left wanting for too long. Yeah, so dipping up and down. All right. Last 5. 4, rather. I feel like we should wait an extra moment for this final one to make sure that everything is like drawing and working at 100% efficiency. Again, everything is clocked to provide the exact right amount. And part of me says, no, it's probably fine. The other part of me says, no, you're being impatient, but I'm going ahead and click it anyways because it's probably fine, but I'm probably being impatient. Okay, so that is it. That is all of them. Let's look at our output. 20,000 megawatt, excellent, with a load of nothing. Max consumption, well. Alright, so let's make sure our biomass switch is turned off now. Oh, that's right, here, a good load of nothing because we need to turn it on. Alright. Now when we look at this one, we should see, yes, now we see, because both switches are on, we can see the combined wattage, and we're turning biomass off, so it's going to drop down a notch. And that's exactly what we wanted. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, so these guys, I don't know if they'll stall and go yellow. I know they run this like tiny micro wattage while they're idle, which is fine. I don't care. He just pulled something. Is he still burning something for somebody? We still have something on the brown circuit that we need to make sure is on the red circuit. All right, hold on. Capacity 2400. All right, so this is line. We need this one rectified. I'll worry about painting the rest later, but let me just get this. Look at my face, look at my soul. I begin to redify. Now, where am I going to join it in? Get a red circuit down there. So I've got red power here. So I can make a new line. And I'll actually put a bar here. Okay. Red grid, activate. And you're on the red grid. Good. Now, biomass is off. Wait. Still have some, I thought probably the oil. Alright, let's make sure the oil is switched over to the, red grid. And that's it right there. So let's change the color. Again, I'll worry about the rest later. Okay, so it looks like we've taken on the additional load here. We've got a capacity of 22,400 because I think I still need to, apparently I still need to cut a link to the biomass still somewhere. And max consumption of 2,300. We are excellent for a good period. Alright, so I have a couple extra little minor misconnections to sort out. I will find those and I will get those. Folks, wow, I did not mean to make such an absurdly long video. You don't have to watch it all in one part, all in one time. He said at the end of what? I've got a record time of 5.5 hours here right now. It's going to be a lot of editing. So if there was a pause, in my release. Maybe if it was 2 weeks instead of one since the last one, that was why. Anyways, folks, this is a huge success. This is doing everything exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Later on, we'll show you. In fact, we should be able to start seeing now all the efficiencies should be at 100%. Where's his 100%, right? Basically, pick any random machine. 100%. Pick somebody. Hey, you over here. What are you doing? 100%, he said. You? 100? Oh, wait. Nope. Ooh, 98. All right, so that'll round out. In fact, I could probably turn off a row of the generators for a little bit longer so that they can back up their reserves, and it won't take long. So anyways, wow, folks, this is a hell of a build, and this is just a start. This is like, I really am digging this. So oof. Anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you picked something up that you find useful. And if not, I hope I made you laugh or cringe or whatever it is. And anyways, as always, until next time, stay healthy. Take care out there.